welcome back to my channel. For my skincare, I'll be using this hyaluronic acid serum because I have dry skin. For my moisturizer, I just want to make sure to moisturize my face so well. I had cleansed and applied my serum before. My serum is also a hyaluronic acid face serum, just to lock that moisture in there. So I'll go ahead to apply my primer. I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And then I've noticed that whenever I use my primer and I don't let it dry down properly and I apply makeup, it just feels so cakey on my skin and as though the makeup is about to move. So I try to like dry the primer down a little bit before I start. And then I chose to do my brows first this time. I hardly do that now because I kind of got used to doing my whole skin work and sometimes even my eyeshadow before I draw my brows. But I think I wanted to use shimmers. That was why I decided to do that. So for my foundation, I'll be using the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation and the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation that I have. I'm combining these two because the NARS foundation is a bit not cool toned really. It doesn't have a lot of warmth to it, and this is summer. My skin gets warmer in the summer, so that's why I'm adding the L'Oreal Infallible to it to give it a little bit of warmth, more warmth. And for my concealer, I'm using the Elf Camo Concealer, which has been trending for a long time, but this is my first time using it. I needed a concealer and I was like, oh, what other time is it than now to get this concealer and try it out to give my review on it. So when I used it, I was a bit disappointed. I feel like it was overhyped. The concealer is kind of giving, don't get me wrong, it's a very good hydrating concealer, but it was giving me a foundation in a little bottle kind of vibes. You know, I didn't really see the difference between the concealer. Maybe it's the shade I chose, I don't know, but normally that would be my concealer shade, and then I'll go another shade or two lighter for my the inner corners of my eyes to just lighten up that under eye area. But when I used it, it just, it wasn't just giving me what I wanted. So I had to go back in to apply some more, and then this time I let it stay on my face for longer to see if there will be a significant difference. But we'll see. I think I just had to use like powder, my setting powder, to try to brighten my under eye. And this was not my house. I had gone on like a weekend trip to visit a friend, so I packed just a few makeup things and I felt like okay, what I had was good enough because I even had too many things if you ask me. But anyway, I planned to do this video, that's why I had the big bag of makeup with me. So yeah, after it stayed down for a while, I just tried to blend it by tapping the edges and tap 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 little by little, but that was it. So this is just me blending my concealer and setting it with my setting powder to just make sure all the cream products stay in place and not move. It's a sunny day and this is summer. It's almost always sunny, so I just had to like use a lot of powder. I'll be looking very scary at first, but everything goes into my skin and I'll blend it at some point. And that was just me dusting up the excess. I have dry skin, so I don't play with using too much powder. Even when I do, I try to be very careful not to leave it for too long, so that I don't look like a scarecrow. But yeah, I was just setting my blush with this coral peach shade I have. I really like using that shade on top of the red paint pot blush I have from Wet n Wild. I've had that for a while and I always like to use it because it suits my skin. So yeah, this is me using my face mist. So I like to do this step before I blend my foundation and concealer, and I also like to do this after applying everything and setting my face, just to bring the makeup together. It will kind of diffuse, like make the powders to not look very dry and dusty, and then kind of give more smoothness to the blend of the foundation and concealer and the blush. And I just go ahead to like brush everything together sometimes, or it depends on how it looks. If it looks very okay, I just go ahead to dry it with my fan, and then I proceed. If I've done my eyeshadow, that will be all. So for my eyeshadow, I'm using this James Charles. It's a Morphe palette, the Morphe and James Charles palette. It has so many beautiful colors in it. I've had that palette for a while too. I just went in with this reddish brown shade to map out my crease area, and then I went in with a darker brown and black to further deepen my crease. I use it at the outer crease area to just create more vivid parts of where I need to apply my eyeshadow. I was going for a shimmery eyeshadow today. That's why I decided to add some more concealer to further deepen the color. Excuse me, I got carried away. Yeah, so I'm just going to blend in my concealer and then set it with my setting powder. Then I'll go ahead first with a powder eyeshadow. So this is me blending the concealer, and then I'll set it. I'll go ahead with the powder eyeshadow first, just to further set that and give like a base color to it. Then I'll go ahead on top of it with my shimmery eyeshadow to give that pop of color. One good thing about using shimmers is you don't need to do much. Shimmers just shine. So once you have shimmers on your eyes, I think you're good to go. But I now changed my mind. Instead of using the shimmers, I was like, maybe I should just let it go. But one thing about using shimmery eyeshadows is you want to focus it on your lid directly below your crease area, just on your lid. If you take it above your crease, you look like a clown. Why? Because you just have your whole lid space and above it shining and looking very, I don't know, it just looks funny to me. I feel like you look like a clown when you do that. So just maintain the shimmers on the eyelid space directly, and then you can use the powder colors of the shadow above and on your crease area. So that's all I have to say. I was going for a dramatic eyeliner because I finally settled for a nude eye look. So just something to give it a little bit more oomph. I decided to do a very long and defined wing using black. Black never goes wrong. Then I just use it to try to line my waterline. I'm not the best at doing my eyeliners because I'll cry all the time. Yeah, and it was looking good coming together. I tried to pop on some lashes. I'm not a lash girly, but I had favor in the sight of eyelashes today. It wasn't such a big deal for me. I was able to like place it with a little bit of ease, and then I tried to dry out the glue on the lashes a little bit. So now it's lip time. I line my lips with this Wet and Wild brown pencil. It's actually an eye and lip liner though. So yeah, I use it for both. I just line my lips with that. I like to use brown, and this brown is a little dark, so I like it. I really am not a fan of using the black because the contrast is usually too much for me. I like my things to be subtle, sort of. So I like subtle vibes, subtle everything. I just went ahead with this lip gloss my sister got for me for my birthday. You guys are going to hear this thing and be tired because every single time I use anything she buys for me or she bought for me, I must say it. So she bought that for me on my birthday, and this other lip gloss too. They are all from Elf Cosmetics and they are very lovely. The clear one actually has some shimmers in it, which is really nice. And when you go under the sun, your lips are gonna be shining. That was me trying to do like a mini transition video just for when I edit for Instagram. So this is the wig I'm using. I got it on Amazon. I've had it for a while. I didn't do much to it. I just, didn't want to. I just wanted to complete the look with it. So that's the look. Thank you for watching. I know you love it. I love it too. Bye.